Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here from Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. And we have another box breaking for you today. This one is the MERCS House 4 Starter Pack. Now, I got a little confession. I've done this video about 4 times, and every time I film it, for whatever reason, something happens to the video. Twice it's got caught in loops, so I am apparently not supposed to film this video. I don't know. So we're going to take it out. With every MERCS starter, you get the dice. Well, not the dice. You get the faction dice. In this case, it's the House 4 faction dice, which seem to almost like me. We'll try that one more time. That's much better. Yeah, they like me. You get the different models, and you get the cards that come with the models. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom in a little bit on these, and we're actually going to take a look at the cards real quick. I haven't played too much MERCS. I've played about 3 games in 2 years, which I know that's a little sad for a game that I enjoy, but we'll go and we'll grab, well, we'll start with the easy one. We're going to grab the heavy. And I mean, look at look at his range. Boom. You know, for a heavy, he really lays down the cover fire with his full auto ability. You can take a look here and look at, he is not carrying just a heavy weapon. He is carrying a freaking Gatling gun, people. It actually looks much more like a Vulcan, which I don't believe any one person can actually carry, unless you're like maybe Brock Lesnar. Because a Vulcan fires, I don't know, I think it is 1,000 rounds a minute, and they're all, I think it's a 50 caliber weapon. It's been a while since I've looked into the Vulcan, but it is quite the machine, which obviously they want this guy to be a machine. And again, you know, as with all the MERCS figures, there's a certain amount of dynamics to them, a certain amount of detail that you've come to expect, in this, of course, is one of those models. And then we're going to move to the sniper. I have a thing for snipers in games. Actually, I have 2 things. I really like snipers a lot because they can do a lot of damage. Because of what snipers are, I'm not sure they have a place on the skirmish game table because of the amount of space that a skirmish game actually represents. With that being said, snipers are an important part of combat and battle, so I'm not going to complain too much about snipers in games. Oops, I bent it a little too much. As you can see, again, there is a fair amount of detail on this figure. Just enough that as a beginning painter, it can push you to becoming a better painter, and that right amount of empty space that if you want to do crazy things as a great painter, like, you know, put flowers on his pants, you can do that. I would never put flowers on his pants. I would attempt to paint camouflage on his pants long before I attempted to do flower, which camouflage, by the way, may look easy. It is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do. So, that is the sniper. And then we're going to go to the priest. The priest is one actually pretty bad looking dude. He's got a shovel here, and he's got another... Oh, that's a flashlight. Okay, I'm sitting here like, where's the rest of his gun? I had to look at the picture here. He's actually going in close quarters with his weapon and his flashlight leading the way in the dark. I wish that they kind of, and maybe they will start to do it in the future or for 2nd edition, I wish they would put a little bit more character information in on the cards, because I am aware that they have been in talks about making a role-playing game, so it'd be cool to have like an RPG profile on the back in the future, and like some background information, because I'm sure that this guy being called Priest has a little bit of a story that they haven't shared with us yet. And then we have the engineer, and he well, let's see, the engineer. The engineer, here, capture. Oh, we'll go over that in a second. Who has a hatchet. He almost looks like he could pass as a fireman with a gun. Uh, he has a tremendous amount of detail as well, just like you would expect. One of the things I like about MERCS is the amount of detail they pay to the weapons. The weapons always make the model stand out. They're in a great proportion to the size of the figure. It's one of the things that I've always liked about it. A certain amount of dynamics as well. This guy is the steward. He actually looks like a Russian commissar to me, or a Russian lieutenant. He's got that old World War II-esque hat. Well, it's probably not World War II-esque, but it reminds me of some old World War II things from, you know, a kid growing up watching movies in World War II. He's got the fluffy fur on the back of his jacket over his armor. So he is definitely a traditionalist. Again, another great sculpt. He's yelling at somebody to do something, pointing the way. He has a couple of good abilities, of course, as they all do. Their corporate ability is unpredictable, may ignore first suppression or overwatch. So they're interesting enough in that sense. And then we have the house member, who is pretty much a generic grunt. He is kind of crouched over, cautiously walking around the corner of whatever building that this corporation is either attacking or defending. Then, of course, you have the turn synopsis. You have a no trap card with some instructions on capture, the firing modifiers and the ranges, and you do have one trap card. Plus, you have the game overview, synopsis, and setup of the game. So in the MERCS House 4 starter, you get the models, their cards, and we'll overlap them a little bit, and the dice. Pretty much what you need to play the game. It's one starter. Thanks for watching. Every Tuesday is Miniatures Day. Please stop back next week. If you have questions about anything, ask us. I'm not up to par with all the rules on every question, but I do own most of the books, so I can find it. And if I don't have the time to find it, I probably know who to talk to get the answer for you. Please engage us. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. Thanks, and have a good day.